talk about t-shirts. How much of your campaign budget is going to be spent on t-shirts?
Oh boy.
Before you think I'm about to judge people who collect political t-shirts, I want you to know I have a bunch of them, and I've honestly never wore them, except for that one time for the music video. Created millions of jobs, make the blind man see. But it got me thinking. So, let's talk about the election t-shirt economy. This is C.A. Nuri. He's a political pundit or provocateur. It depends on who you ask.
When I was in the border, they used to call me glasses. That's a run terror for the whole neighborhood. My God, glasses coming for you.
When you think about political t-shirts, what do you think? What's the first thing that comes to mind?
$40.
What do you mean?
The money that comes inside the t-shirt, wrapped up.
All right. I always hear that. I have never received money inside a t-shirt.
That's because you're not blessed. I'm a blessed individual.
Clearly, I need to go to church more often. But before you think this is just a Nassau thing.
I have some things like this one. Well, they a bit tattered from Hurricane Dorian too, but
Barrington Mackey is from Freeport, and he's what some might call a collector of shirts.
Yeah, this the Pleasant Love People. This the one from her 2007 campaign. And then there's the golf shirt.
I see you have the fancy ones. These ain't just the regular political ones. These are the ones with like embroidery and stuff.
No, because I ain't a regular Joe Blow, bro. I don't wear the t-shirts. I just wear the golf shirt to see. You gotta give me something with color on it.
I understand.
Yeah.
Why do you think the t-shirt thing is so important for the election cycle? Like, why do people like shirts so much?
I mean, it's a way to identify with your team. It's more like a sports analogy. Yeah, it's just more about representing your team and letting everybody know whose side you want. In the Bahamas, it's more about bragging rights than anything else.
Which I kind of agree with him on, except there are a bunch of people like me and others who don't really affiliate with any political party but still collect their paraphernalia. For example,
I got a couple of these. They were identified as bandanas. So, hi, my name is Marvincia. I'm an alchemist and a future HVAC technician. My husband's father, he called us one day and he was just like, hey, do you guys want some bandanas? And it seemed like a really random question to ask. And we were just like, okay, we could use some bandanas, sure. And I opened them up and I was just like, do you see these?
But like any good Bahamian, who has turned on free tanks?
It still has like practical function. I just don't want to be identified by any political party. I don't subscribe to politics like that.
And while Marvencia doesn't want to be associated with any particular political party, so she only wears the bandana indoors, some persons are hoping for the confusion.
See, I'm a blogger, so there's a need to have tools for the trade. So I collect all the shirts, so I'm able to work in the craft. So yes, I collect all the shirts.
I see you wearing a very fancy shirt. You wear one of them shirts where the design is on the inside of the collar. So clearly, you're not a man who doesn't have shirts. I was going to ask you, what is the impetus for collecting shirts?
Work. There's no need to collect a large amount. So you get one generic shirt that you can wear interchangeably according to which party is happening. Because all of the political parties have parties, and they invite key people to the good food. So I when it's time to go to the rally and whatever it is, and if I have to blog on a particular political party, I just put on that version of shirt and go out. So all of my shirts are generic.
It's COVID time, and there aren't going to be as many rallies, and at least there shouldn't be, and theoretically there aren't supposed to be as many parties. Will the shirts still have the same, I guess, currency for you?
You got to understand there still will be prayer breakfasts, the high-end events where you go in the hotel. And if you wear the right shirt and they recognize, you get to go in free and you eat the good food.
I don't think it's as effective anymore. A majority of people aren't so focused on the elections and who's coming to campaign and whatever. People are just trying to get by. That's everybody's sole focus right now.
So surely the need or the demand for political shirts must have gone down during this time. I mean, who would be a better person to ask than somebody who actually prints T-shirts?
My name is Darren Farrington, one of the owners of Printing Screen Printing Company. And what we do is we print T-shirts.
How important do you think that the T-shirt culture is to the election cycle?
Oh man, it is. I mean, it goes hand in hand with the whole campaign package. You do your photo shoot, you have your posters and your placards and your billboards, and the next thing is your apparel. You have to have your quote unquote your potential supporters and your supporters outfitted in something to say, hey, I'm representing this guy. So it's huge.
Schin, my t-shirts, my distributor asked me what I'm doing with my shirts. Because I promise you, I order shirts every week.
Well, within Golden Gates, I think there are a little over 5,000 voters. So, I mean, with them, their kids, if you just consider the whole household, I'd say I'm probably just thinking about there because I'm thinking I'm going to get all the votes. So I probably need about 10,000 T-shirts.
Everywhere I go, every home I stop to, people like, I want one of your shirts. It's a collector's item, obviously.
You need at least, I would say conservatively, at least 20,000 T-shirts. So as you see them opening offices, as you see them doing little promotions for various different things, welcoming the candidates to the area and stuff like that, all of that is a part of the gear where T-shirts are actually ordered for.
Of course, I'll spend on t-shirts. Branding is important, but I think they'll be very minimal part of my budget because there's so many other things that are of importance that I want to do in the community.
But now for the 20,000 T-shirt question, is it a good thing for the local economy?
It's positive, but of course we could see a lot more because there's still a lot more stuff that are being printed outside of the country, where we have printers that can actually do the work inside the country. Not only myself, but we have a lot of competent printers on the island that can really knock out the jobs.
But back to the philosophy of it all. Surely with all the importance that political shirts hold, persons like Barrington and Freeport must be excited to pull out their collection of shirts to wear them this cycle.
Doubtful. Like a lot of people, I shifted away from the whole tribal party thing.
Right.
And so these pretty much, I collect these ones pretty much because they represent, to me personally, the happy times in Bahamian politics before I'd get into this whole gutter nonsense thing with, selfish politicians who really, they was always greedy, but at least the greedy ones used to look out for the people once upon a time. I just pretty much keep these because, this when I actually was motivated to be a part of the whole, party politics thing.
I think at one point they were effective because people were very proud to be repping different political parties. Like I can even say for my own parents, my mom supported the F&M and my dad supported the PLP. So it was kind of weird seeing them both like wearing the different party shirts at the same time. It doesn't hold any more weight because I think as more time progressed, people understood that parties are crap. Like, you should vote for whomever makes your community the best.
I gotta thank you.
I couldn't, really get all grown up and all the rest of them things for a while, but hopefully they'll receive me at my first telephone interview enough for you to reach out again and to bring me forward.
Why?